All right. Hello, hello. Alexa Soda here. So I just recently finished Metaphor ReFantazio, a game that made by the same developers like Atlas Studio that made Persona games. And this was my first ever Persona game that I ever played on the, what do you call it, stream live. So you can check my words if you want. And then it will give you my experience while I'm going through the game. But let's talk about the pros and cons. It took me around 60 hours and 26 minutes to beat this game. And at start, I was playing at the normal mode, and then I switched back to story mode because I have some issues with the game and it was annoying. So I don't want to deal with it. So I made the game easier for me. So this is why you have to have difficulty in the games. Difficulty slider in the game, so you can just switch the difficulty if it's so annoying for you, so you can enjoy the game. And I once I switched that, I enjoyed the game so much. So with that, the things I enjoyed about this game, story, amazing story. Like one of the most in-depth story in the RPG, what do you call it, stuff. It's quite good and quite in depth, and it didn't drag too long at all, and it was just so suspense over suspense over suspense. It's quite nice, you know. Amazing music as well. On top of it, adding to the story, which makes the story vibe really good as well. So amazing story, amazing music, really nice characters too. Like the character depth, they have really almost all the characters in this game has a good background story and character story. My favorites would probably be Basilio and Hajime, the bad guy. Those two story was quite interesting and quite good. You know, good characters. There is only one character I think in this game is dog shit. It's just the what do you call it? The the summoner. The summoner priestess in this game, she was so pathetic and hopeless, and it was just a drag and a pain to just go through her storyline. That the single character I just hated in this game. Every other character was so good and so fun to play. What do you call it? So fun to be with them. You know, talk conversations, everything. They were unique. They were alive. They have their own personality. They have something that drives them forward. You know, it was quite good. Good characters, good story, long game. Game is quite long. Like the game has a really long time. You can play this game, and then I don't think I even finished almost all of them. I think I was played like 90% of the game because I wanted to just get a full experience of it. It's quite good. Like almost every aspect of this game is quite fun. That was so kind of iffy, but it's just super what do you got fast. It doesn't matter, right? So that was quite good. Full of content, long game, story, amazing music, yeah, good character. What else is there? Uh, Cutscenes are quite good. Like the anime aspect between the 2D and the 3D CGI, it blended very well for blended very well on each other. And what else is there? Cutscenes are quite good. Long story. What else is the good factors of this? Hmm, Pretty simple combat. It's not that complicated. Some of the RPGs did a big mistake of making the combat and the systems too complicated. I think the most notorious one for that is RTA Rise. I think I do not know for the love of God how to play that game. It was super hard to get into, but this game is pretty easy to understand. You can just pick it up if you never played this game before, any of the Persona one, and then you can just literally pick this up and then play it, and then you will have no problem. It's very understandable, easy to get into, and probably I will advise for you if you never played a Persona game, play this one first. ReFantazio did a very good job of just getting new players that never been seen the game before to play this game, you know, to play this game and then get hooked in the genre. Like this game makes me want to play other Persona games as well, which is quite good. Good story, good voicing are kind of good as well. Voice acting is quite good. And what else is there? Long time journey. It's just a vibe. It's just you feel like your immersion is amazing in this game. I felt so immersed playing through the game. Like the vibe, the world building, almost all of them are quite good. You know, immersive game. You know, like you feel like you are there with their journey. Like that's super hard to pull that off in many games. With the story has to be graspy. You know, that's really hard to pull in many games. But this game kind of did a good job. It has a good story. You know, amazing villain. Oh my god, the villain in this game. God damn. I really wish I was quite a bit disappointed because I couldn't learn more about them. Like I wish that he has a past and then the past got very well voice acted and then more details about them. Even though he was not well, like he doesn't have much time in the story, but the amount of time he had himself, he made a really good impression. Like this villain is up there. Amazing villain. Like I like Luis. Luis is cool. Like he's just straight up badass. I think he's one of the best villains in any of the RPGs I ever played. He's up there. He's up there with the top 10. Really good villain. In-depth story for him. Like he has a really good goal. And then the twist. Like Jesus Christ with that guy. Luis is amazing. He will surprise you in many aspects if you play this game. Amazing villain. You can play this game for that villain itself. The best villain in this game is straight up Luis. He is the only villain you fight. He's like your arch nemesis in this game. And goddamn, he deserves that. You know? Amazing villain. Like I have zero complaints about that dude. He was cool. He know what he was doing. The only thing I just thought it was stupid was him believing in the prince. You know, that was kind of the believing the main character, not the prince. Like believing the main character. That when I mean you now spoilers. You play the freaking game. You this game deserves to be played. I'm not going to talk about any stories, but the villain, amazing. He did stumble on here and there some aspects, but overall, as a whole, the villain is so good. Like a good villain. Uh, what is it? Like the turn-based combat, the way it portrayed itself. I mean, the mechanics are kind of dog shit. I will talk about that in the con section. But the way it portrays itself, like you have a guard that's looking on top of you, and then it just switches back and forth, like it rotates it, like the ground. Like the way the turn-based combat is more engaging. Like it's better than straight up Star Rail. You know, Honkai Star Rail is a one-to-one comparison for turn-based combat, right? I think it's better than Star Rail. Turn-based combat is quite interesting. Like it was cool. Like they made standing around hitting once and twice look cool. Like what else you want? They made the turn-based combat look engaging to fight, which is quite good. You know, I think. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. If I think of any other pros, I will talk about it in the pros again. Let's go to the con section. This is the good part. This is the part that made me mad, and this is the part that is dog shit about this game because it's fucking annoying to deal with. Mana cuck. in this game. You fucking suck. Any dungeon you go into, any mob fight you go into, they will just suck you dry. Straight up. You are just fucked beyond belief. You will never regenerate your mana. You will never get your potions. It never sells in shop. You will never reset in a room you go into. And then you will never get mana in this game. Straight up. Like I played it in the normal mode. By the time I go into the second dungeon, I just constantly running out of mana. And the physical attacks are completely useless. So you gotta stick with your magical attack most of the time because it will exploit their weakness, right? And then you run dry of mana. Like it just sucks. Like mana. Come on. Mana, man. Give me mana. I need mana to play this game. Mana. Come on. I'm gonna say it over and over again because it's so freaking hard to find those stupid things. Your game fundamentally plays around the skill differentiation and then what do you call it? Mana management, but it's such a bitch to find a mana in this game, dude. Like it's just brutal. Like if you want to experience the game like fun in a fun way, just go to the difficulty, set it to story mode, and then just to have fun. Like anything above that, you will just run out of mana so often unless you build your character specifically to counter mana. Like that just sucks. The hollow room is useless. Like usually here's the thing. Of all the games I played, when you go into a room like that, that is like a pit stop, like a checkpoint. If you go into the checkpoint, most of the time, if not all the time, it will reset your mana and your HP to full. I played Dark Souls games, one of the hardest games in the freaking gaming industry, right? I played almost every Dark Souls game. If you go into a checkpoint and then sit there, it will give you full mana and full HP and then reset you. In this game, fuck you, it doesn't give you shit. It is useless. And that is the dumbest shit I ever seen in a video game. That mechanic is so primitive, so useless, and so annoying to deal with because I have to go into the room and then go back to the town, which takes the whole day, and then I have rest, which skips the day, and then I have to go back into the dungeon. So I have to waste a day in the calendar in order to reset my fucking mana. Who thought that was a good idea? Like, why would you do that? That is the dumbest shit I ever seen. Like, it just sucks. The mana and then the date reset mana is dumb, and the whole concept sounds good on the paper, but in reality, it's just so annoying to deal with. I mean, it is kind of fine, but it is annoying because in the harder mode, I was constantly running out of days to complete the missions. In the easy mode, I completed way faster, so I'm just sitting around doing nothing. So it's the calendar system, the time gate system this game has, it doesn't work. Like it's just not good. Like it's annoying to deal with. You know, it's just it sounds good in paper, but in reality, it's just an annoying chore to deal with. Yeah. So mana is the problem. Hollow room is usually, and then some mobs like fuck this mechanic. Like this mechanic is stupid as hell. Some mobs, not all of them, straight up giga thousand counter you. Like it will literally counter every attack, every mage ability, everything. Like full counter. Like you are hitting a rock. Why? Who thought that was a good idea? It sucks to fight that thing. It's lame and annoying to deal with. You know? Some mobs, let me put your text, type it out. Like they just full counter you. You hit them, and then not only you hit them, they don't take damage. They reflect the damage, and then you take damage, and then you're dead. Like that's so annoying and fun to deal with. Like the RPG's mechanics, the most fun way is just exploiting the enemy's weakness and then hitting them with that, and then getting rewarded for it, right? In this game, they will just giga counter you, and then you are just done. Like you have to specifically pick a one class and then use one ability on top of the mob in order to kill that guy. Why? Who thought that was a fun idea? Like, that's just annoying. I just hated that. It's so suck. It sucks. It's a dumb mechanic for counter. Some mechanics you giga counter you. Uh and then the main character cannot respec. Here's the thing. If you're playing this game, do not build your character as a mage. If you build your character as a mage, you are fucked in this game. Do not, for the love of God, do not build your character as a mage. Do not do it. You have to build your character as a mixed class with mage and strength, and I promise you, you will not won't regret that. If you build your main character as both, you are fine. Even if you build your character as strength build, you are kind of okay as well to an extent. But if you build your character as a mage, which I did in this game, you are get fucked completely over. This game fucks you over and then never gets you to respec. So once you are fucked your character, it's just done. You have to go get a new save file. That is so dumb. Like you cannot respec and then it just locks you into that character. And then here's the funny part. You don't really know what archetype you are getting at all. Like it doesn't tell you anything about it, what stats it needs. It's just there. You know? Like for combined with that and not able to respec makes the main character complete. I just wasted my main character. Like my main character stat is full mage, and he's just 100 mage, 100 points on his magic ability. And once I unlocked the ultra, freaking what do you call it? Like the archetype, he just goes full strength. Like, come on, seriously? That was such a lame move. Like the respect should be there. And then the royal archetypes, the requirements to unlocking the royal archetype, like it's just so random and so dumb. Like it doesn't make any sense. Require you for super archetypes. I'm not gonna spoil anything. Arcs needs random other ones. Like especially at the end game, you it doesn't even make sense. Not only the fact it doesn't tell you what to unlock, and then you have to pretty much if you play this game, your primary goal to unlock everything. Like you have to max out your what do you call it? Your conversation skills. You max out your royal points. Max out your freaking architects, all of them, and then max out your freaking relationship as well. Like this game just forces you to do all of them in a limited amount of time. Which just and then you have to max out other what do you call it? Other archetypes in order to unlock the higher tier one. And then it's just random and it's annoying to deal with. You know, I literally ran out of time in order before I can even unlock all the archetypes. Sure, you could say plan you didn't plan well, but why is that even a thing? You know? So I just ruined my save file because I didn't know that I cannot do all of the time in a certain amount of time. All of that in a limited amount of time. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you do that? Why this game is this punishing? It's an RPG. It's a turn-based RPG. Come on, seriously, give me a break. Other ones, and then it doesn't tell you what to get, and then what else is there? Combat, and then the Giga counter is kind of lame. It's just all of them combined together is kind of an annoying mechanic you have to deal with. You know, it's just super annoying to deal with, and it's not fun to. The combat in this game falls flat. The archetypes as a whole don't look that cool at all. They look lame and weird. Like literally, the thief looked like he has a tumor on his back. Like, why the model look like so dumb? It looks like a trash mob. Most of the archetypes you unlock in this game looks like a trash mob from a 30-year MMORPG. That's how it looks like. They don't look cool at all. The only archetype that looked remotely cool was the ultimate one your main character unlocks, and then the another ultimate Giga archetype he unlocks in a cutscene and you can't even use them. Those are the two archetypes that looks remotely even cool. Rest of them look like shit and look like lame. You know, they don't have much color. It's just a golden tint and a yellow tint, and then it just doesn't look good. The graphics kind of falls flat in this game. Not a good graphics at all. This game looks like it's for PS4 or PS3. Like this game looks like it's for PS3. Like the once you go into the game, like the game itself, it looks like PS3. Honkai Star Rail looks way more detailed. Graphics. Cutscenes are good. Character art styles are good. But the graphics itself, like the game graphics combined with your archetype, how they lame they look, it's just not that good. Like I'm just telling you all the problems I just faced and then noticed. Uh, some of the areas there is no voice acting. The priest girl sucks. One character sucks in this game. Her storyline, like compared to the other storyline, this chick's storyline is so lame and so pathetic. I just hated my life playing that. It was so lame. She is so stupid. Like that's the problem. Like that character is so stupid. You know, it doesn't make me like her, or it doesn't make me support her at all. She's dumb as hell, useless. I mean, she has good combat, I guess. That's pretty much it. Uh, need more screen time for villain, specifically Luis. Like he was a really good character. From what I've seen, that guy has the potential to be Joker or freaking Light Yagami in those kind of tier, but they kind of quenched his so much of the potential that guy had. You know, like I liked that guy. His concept as a whole was quite fun. Like Luis was badass, like good villain. You know, he had a really good motivation behind him too. Main character looks stupid. Like I played Person, I seen Persona's Joker. He looks pretty badass. In this game, main character looks mid. He doesn't look cool at all. You play as a wimp, pretty much. I want to see someone like Goku or a freaking a bit. Who else is there? Light Yagami. Even Light Yagami is not a wimp at all. He just goes full psycho. You know? This guy looks like Midaya from My Hero Academia. Like, I do not like Deku. Deku is piece of shit. Looks mid. That's, I think, pretty much is the complaints I had. Yeah, you don't, you just, the mana, dude. Mana. Oh my god. Just give me the mana, man. Just sell it off the shop. Fuck you. Just eat the dick. Sell the mana portions of the shop so people actually have fun exploring your dungeons. You know? Because here's the thing. If you cock the mana, you don't fight that often because you think you will conserve the mana. If you don't fight, you don't get more experience, and then your characters will be weaker, and then you won't get a more your character will be weaker, right? And then if your character is already weaker to begin with, you cannot go past the dungeon at all, and then you go back and reset. You see how punishing it is? It just adds up. So you lose mana, your characters will be weaker, you cannot clear the dungeon, you go back, reset, losing a day. You lose a day that you could have used to do something else, like a bond system or something. And what else is that? Yo, Vicky Ghost, thank you, thank you. Um, and then you reset, and then go back and then farm, and then you lose days over and over again, and you cannot get the bonds again, and you cannot unlock more archetypes, and then you just be underpowered completely, like for a whole game. Like it just adds up. Like it's just death by thousand cuts, pretty much. Literally bleed out because of mana in this game. It sucks. You just bleed out and then die in this game, pretty much. Because the mechanic in this game is scuffed. And I did tell you you look good at it. Thank you, thank you. I'm talking about the game ReFantazio Metaphor. I just finished it on stream. Quite good game. I'm talking about the issues I faced. The running system, the sword system, the mechanic, jank initial attack. I mean, it's not a big of a deal, but some mobs just instantly hit you and then you are dead. Like it's just annoying to deal with. So I think that's also a problem. It's just not fun. And the what do you call it? The circle they make are super obnoxious to see, and it's hard to dodge. Like it's just not that good. What else is there? I think most of the issues for me, yeah, it's just that if I want to change one thing in this game, I will probably make mana as easier resource to get. Like I don't care about anything else. It's just the one thing that killed this game for me is just straight up the mana. The mana in this game is just brutally low. Like it's just I mean you can cook, you can do bullshit, and then you can farm, and then you can defend this, but it's just straight up a fact. The mana in this game is bad. Like you don't, it doesn't have a consistent way to regen your mana. Straight up. I don't care what your argument or what you can say to defend this, but this is how exactly how I felt, and it forced me to push to go to the story mode. I do not like that. Cry all you want. Mana in this game, garbage. Straight up. What else is there? I think that's pretty much it, right? Just if I am being biased or if I am being fair, I will literally reduce the score for this game just because of that mana cockery you pulled. It made my personal experience, lower, and it made me mad and annoyed. made me not to enjoy your game. If a player is not enjoying your game, that means you failed as a game. Straight up. And that exactly what you did with your mana in this game. Everything else is fine. Like I don't really care about that. Like the date research is fine, the whole mechanic is kind of lame. It sounds good on paper, but it's not really work on reality. Like snap back to reality, like in your game. Come on. How much I want to score this? Like let's go to the score. That's pretty much it for my pros and cons. And let's see. Uh, good game. Hmm. I will give it a 9 because combining to my gameplay hours, how much I spent time playing this game, and how long this game is, and how good the story is, 9 out of 10. This game, the CO. My one liner for this game: give me fucking mana. Give me mana. I need mana. That's my one liner. This game is a good game. You should play this game. If you never played any of the Persona game, and I will highly recommend if you never played any of them, and you should pick this up and then you should play this. But probably you should go to story mode. But if you want to sacrifice your build in order to get the mana build you want, go for it. But I think it's a good game, but it has its flaws, and you should address that so the next game is better. Straight up, the most annoying piece of shit mechanic in this game is that the mana is not regeneratable. That is so annoying. Like that is the single factor in this game that literally killed the game for me. Straight up. Alright, that's it. That's my review. And for ReFantazio is done. GG.